Hi, this is Colleen Lehman, Douglas County Health Department Public Liaison, and I have a couple of exciting announcements I'd like to share with you regarding COVID-19 vaccines. You're probably aware, but booster vaccines have now been formally approved and recommended by the CDC, and we at the Douglas County Health Department are going to be able to start offering those to the public on Thursday, November 4th. That will be our first weekly clinic where we'll have all the available vaccine and supplies needed to administer the vaccines. So, who can get them? If you have had the Moderna vaccine and both Moderna vaccines, and it's been at least 6 months since you got that second one, you may be a candidate if you are someone age 65 or older and or a resident of a long-term care facility, then you would qualify for that booster vaccine. Or if you're age 50 to 64 and you have an underlying medical condition that would make you a little more vulnerable, then you too can sign up for the Moderna booster vaccine. Those are the two primary age categories and categories that they're looking at. Additional categories that they said will be considered also for a booster vaccine right now are folks age 18 to 49 who also have underlying medical health conditions, and folks age 18 to 64 who have greater exposure to COVID-19 because of occupational or institutional settings. Then you can also schedule an appointment and have a Moderna or a Pfizer vaccine. All of those age and grouping requirements are the same for Moderna and Pfizer booster vaccines. The only difference on the vaccine themselves is that the Moderna booster is a half dose, whereas the Pfizer is another full dose. So otherwise, conditions and everything are the same for Moderna and Pfizer. For J&J, if you're 18 or older, you've had that one and only Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and it's been at least 2 months since you had it, then you as well will be able to get a booster. Again, in order to sign up for those, you go to and you want to have it done at Douglas County Health Department, you go to dchealth.dept.org, and you will see under each, depending on which vaccine type you want, you can go and schedule an appointment for that booster dose. Please be aware that we will not begin doing boosters again until Thursday, November 4th at our weekly clinic. If you would want to get it sooner than that, I can tell you that certainly I know CVS pharmacies in the area are scheduling and giving them, and so that's another option. You can check other large-scale pharmacies and see if they will do it. Check with your healthcare provider. They may be able to also offer you that booster dose. So we certainly are not the only place that gives them, but we are one of them, and we'll start giving them at our weekly vaccine clinics. Mixing and matching is also allowed. Per CDC guidelines, their recommendation is, they say, the wording is that you should stay within your vaccine grouping, have the original one if you were a Moderna, have a Moderna if you were Pfizer, have a Pfizer booster, etc. But if for whatever reason you and or your healthcare provider prefer or think it's advisable to switch to one of the other kinds, it is allowed. So keep that in mind. That's an option as well. We won't give you any recommendation on that. That really is something that should come from your healthcare provider. Let's see. Another thing about vaccines. Some of you Douglas County residents may have, because of traveling or having secondary homes elsewhere, have gotten one or more of your vaccines in another state. In order for that to be recorded in an Illinois data portal for easier verification of your vaccine status, should you ever need to, it would be a good idea for you to bring in your vaccine record card to the health department. We'll make a copy of it so that we can enter in that out-of-state vaccine that you got into the Illinois data portal, and that way one, you'll be counted in the statistics for the county to show a perhaps more accurate reflection of the percentage of Douglas County residents that are vaccinated. And more importantly, if you should ever misplace or lose your vaccine card, it's much more easy to verify then through that Illinois data portal what your vaccine information is. We can help you out with that, or your healthcare provider can, if you should ever need to retrieve that information. So please consider doing that if you did go out of state or were somewhere else when you got one or more of your COVID vaccines. As far as speaking of the pandemic, there's a project that we are working on starting here at the health department. We're trying to document things about the pandemic, its effect on Douglas County residents and businesses, and just life in general. How did you weather the pandemic as it has played out over these now years? What were the changes that perhaps affected your family? What were your feelings about it? Did you start any new family traditions when you were, if and when you were ever in quarantine and isolation? How did you spend that time? We're just looking for documentation of this very unique and seminal moment in time. My hope is that we will gather things from all walks of life, all segments of the county, for end goal to have, hopefully for one thing, to have an exhibit perhaps that could be done possibly at the Douglas County Museum, and just to have a capture, a physical capture of what this time was. For our residents, something that talked about to your kids, to your grandkids. So looking for things in written form, essays, journal entries, letters, just your rambling thoughts if that's what you want to do, stories, poems, any kind of oral submissions, interviewing different members of your family, if you're a teacher, interviewing your class about what they thought of it. Just family recollections, audio files, anything like that. Anything artistic, drawings, again, poems, paintings, home movies, related to the pandemic and its effect on you. Anything visual. Actually, we'd like to start collecting things representative of the pandemic. For instance, here at the health department, we have test kits. COVID-19 test kits that we'll put in there. Of course, masks and PPE, personal protective equipment, syringes from the vaccine that we have given. Anything like that, cleaning supplies. What did you hoard? What did you, just how did you weather this storm, so to speak? I will be happy to collect anything here at the health department. If it's anything that can be emailed, you can email it here to me at colleen.lehman@douglascountyil.com. You can drop it off if you'd like to at our location here at the Outlet Mall. We're in building J600. Or you can drop it in the mail to the Douglas County Health Department in general. I'd love to hear from you if you have any ideas or would like to help partner with me on this project. It's kind of a work in progress, and any help or advice or suggestions that you might have would be most welcome. So let me know about that if you'd like. You can call me here at the health department. It's 217-253-4137, and I'm extension 1229. With that, I'll sign off for now, but take care of yourselves, be healthy, and we hope to see you soon at a clinic for your booster vaccine. Thanks so much.